Welcome to the Waves of Change podcast, where we aim to inspire the listener to awaken to their purpose and take the action required to live life on their own terms. My name is Darragh, confidence and mindset coach, speaker, entrepreneur and humanitarian. I will be sitting down with creators from all walks of life who grew through the waves of change in their lives to be making the impact in the world they are today. Cheers. What's it, Clark Kent, Superman, the WBC International Champion. Brother, it's my pleasure to have you on the podcast. It was only a matter of time, but I'm glad that there's a belt already on the line. How are you doing today, my man?
Yeah, doing good. It's one of those days, isn't it? Just grew up, waiting for the day, ready to tackle the day, and then just made just getting after it, just chasing the dream.
Chasing the dream. Fair play to you, man. Chasing the dream is I don't know what the percentage is. I think it's around 10%, but there's not many people that do actually chase the dreams that are on the heart. From a little kid, we all fantasize about this fancy life, whether it be as an artist, a footballer, a boxer, like yourself. But nobody, not many, not all, but not many actually put the graft in to make it a reality. So speaking of that, Chris, I won't start out with your boxing journey. I'll start there. And just before I go any further, I'm my youngest ever guest, which probably with the most wisdom. The youngest guest with the most wisdom. Yeah, for sure. Well, listen, before we go on to the boxing and where that began, what was life like for you growing up?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, to be honest. Just as you said, as you know, you grew up in obviously Dublin as well. It's either there's that road or that road, and yeah, when you get to a certain age, you're at the top of the roads. You're at the top of the single road. Whether you're gonna go right or whether you're gonna go left. And to be honest with you, with boxing, from being in boxing as a young age, I just carried on going left, and most people went right. But listen, that's just the nature of life, isn't it? It's I just think if you're not in a sport or you're not in some sort of, when you're not in something to keep your mind occupied, it's very easy to get down that road. Very, very easy, you know. And especially back then, as I was growing up, it's a totally lot different now than I was growing up, and especially when you were growing up as well. Like, obviously time was getting better, but it still wasn't great. But we had to just do what I had to do, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And just so the listener, because I do have listeners from around the world that might not know your background and where you come from and all of those things. So can you tell us where you come from and also what left? I think you said left. So what right means, what the other road means as well.
So obviously come from Sherriff St, Dublin, Ireland. Probably, I think what was it? The whole Dublin one was a no-go between in all the 2000s, right at 2000 up to 2013, 14 maybe. That's when the financial part then of you have the financial centre around the back. That's where the flats used to be. So that then came in, which means money then come into the city and started pushing everyone else slowly but surely. And that's it then, man. That's how it started coming around. But yeah, like getting back to the early stage, like as a kid, a lot of my mates they all played football, which I wasn't. I was an okay footballer. I was a good right back. Trams and that.
Tram boots.
But I couldn't take to it. But now I like watching it, but I couldn't take to it playing. Which is grand. As again up to no good, run mopeds, bikes, whatnot, growing up, cars. Never really cars, but I'd be always, if there's a car around, I'd be watching it. Do you know what I mean? And started street fighting. And then I just joined boxing, and then boxing just took her off then for me. Just gave me that discipline, sacrificed me, taught me so many lessons that like some people in the mid-30s, 40s wouldn't even understand. Do you know what I mean? At a young age. So I was very blessed with that.
That's incredible. And again, like a testament, they say you're a product of your environment, and it's a testament to your character that you are one of the, I won't say the weed, but somebody that managed to break through the concrete and make, well, you're not the only one as well while we're on the subject, because there's many, many people from Dublin 1 and the inner city who went on to be musicians, film stars, if you will, boxers like yourself, footballers like obviously Graham, your brother-in-law, my nephew, and yeah, there's a lot of talent has come from Dublin 1, a lot of talent. And for you to,
just what you're saying that.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's a serious amount of talent that's in the city, and it doesn't get recognised, which is a shame.
Exactly. And there was something that I seen, it was a few years ago, I can't remember, it was somebody portrayed it as this is downtown. This is not Bogota, like in Colombia, this is Dublin. And, you know, basically the killing fields, they call Dublin City and around Dublin 1, the killing fields. I won't say the journalist's name because it's a bit of a stalking, but he, but somebody else came out in defense of that, and it was a beautiful thing to see. Everybody from the inner city, I think Roddy Doyle is from the inner city too. He's a writer, and he wrote, I could be wrong, I think it might be East Wall. I can't remember exactly. But the amount of talent that has came out of such a fucking small part of Ireland, or the world, if you will, Ireland, and then Dublin as well, like, because Dublin 1 is condensed to all around Sherriff Street, Somerdermott Street, Amos Street, Summerhill, all up around that area, isn't it?
Yeah.
So now, what?
Like even like Dublin 1, it's so, as you said, so content, like but it's like obviously at Ballybuckets, Dublin 3. I class all around the area, it's Dublin 1. Do you know what I mean? East Wall, I'd still class East Wall as Dublin 1 for me, but it's Dublin 3. You know what I mean? I just class the whole area as one, because growing up, that's what we all knew. Do you know what I mean? We all, are we going over the bridge? Do you know what I mean? We're going out the East Wall.
Yeah. I wasn't the south side anyway.
Having wars in the bridge then.
On the other bridges. And then it's the same for me when I was growing up, like obviously Wendy and Graham, they lived over there. And whenever I wanted to go over, I was a bit of a free spirit when I was a kid. I'd get on a push bike and go up to Old Devonley Gardens, go everywhere really. Crumlin, fucking Donor Avenue, over to the north side, over to around the markets there. I was hanging around Greek Street, I think it was. But my friends in York Street used to be like, what are you doing going over there? Like, what are you doing? Like, you get battered. You know the way it's all the tribalism, you know? I'm like, I'll go over and find out myself. You fuck out, you know what I mean?
So yeah, we were only kids, probably 12, 13. So when we were going uptown, we'd have to go up with a group, wouldn't we? We wouldn't be going up on our own.
Going up Grafton Street.
Anywhere, up to Henry Street, doesn't matter. In case you bumped into anyone.
And it's on.
It's nothing that I would give out of, like, you know?
Yeah, I wouldn't change it. I've done a few things myself. Had a few things done to me. Do you know what else? We used to go over, we played in the Belvo. We played in the Belvo College. Not the club, the youth club.
Yeah.
Was that next to Liberty House?
Yeah, it's at the back. Street called. It's before Buckingham Street. That's
right. We went over. Anyways, Clongowes Wood College was the college that the youth club we used to go to, you know. And every summer, I think it was August, every August we used to go down because Clongo's Wood College is a renowned boarding school in Ireland, and it's where a lot of the Irish, the law society, solicitors, fucking doctors, that like that main doctors, but most of all rugby players. It's a renowned rugby college, but it's a big, massive castle down in Kildare. We used to go down there every summer, cause murder, and it's this 16th century castle. But anyways, we were in this youth club, and we went over to play in the Belvo club, and we played five-a-side, and I swear to God, fucking murder, absolute murder. You know them all, you know Bisto, you know all of them. You're playing. It was really, you know yourself, it's competitive, but when you're going one up by like when you're the away team and everyone else there is like the whole north side, south side, and then you're beating them. It's like straight into it. It's like one of the lads. I won't say all the names, just in case. But one of the lads, we were winning by one goal, whatever fucking score the match was. But one of my mates was walking off, and your man clipped his heel. You know, he had the score, you know what I mean? just turn around, bam, and that was it. Like that was the end of the match. Yeah, the whole two teams, everyone that was watching and all. We got chased down the road now. What's it, Amy Street? And we have like they're like the leaders of this youth club were like someone who are now police officers. Like Gordon Darcy was he's a rugby player, you know. It's like they're doing their experience, their youth club experience. You know, just part of like when they're studying to be solicitors or whatever they were doing. So they were getting like not only a taste of looking after us, but what was going on here. They were getting chased down the road as well.
They get a bit of look, they get a bit of blade. I don't know what to say about it.
they're getting a taste of it before they're on the other side of it trying to arrest us for it. So that was a good bit of crack. But for you, Pierce, then street fighting and stuff like that, was there much of that before you focus your attention inward?
No, do you know what? To be honest with you, I was a little bollocks, and when I was out collecting for Halloween, as you know, bonfire, all forcing straight in, like causing literally blade, fighting everyone out. You not bollocks, you not.
Right there as well.
I remember, even going back to that, I remember, catching the kid on the wall. They all elected, like, I don't know what group it was, I don't know whether it was Ballybuck or Liberty House. But Jesus Christ, the kid got some thump. And we couldn't get out of the pass, so we played grab. I was probably only about 8 or 9, do you know what I mean, at the time? Reckless, ruthless, going around. I used to go in, my mum used to call me, go in, get a shower, have me dinner, grand, I'll chill out, get dressed. I said, I'm just going back over. So the rest of them are going out collecting. So I'm going to go over and just watch all the stuff. Grand. So I go back over, we're going back out collecting new clothes. Do you know what I mean? If you're going down the call, yeah.
For fuck's sake.
But even now, like when times change and you're going out collect for Halloween, that buzz is all gone now, you know? Like there's none of that no more. It's just had to change so dramatically, like how so quick, like it's fucking crazy. It's nuts.
There's none of it, is there? I haven't seen Halloween in bleeding 15 years.
I've gone for the last, I think it's 2-3 years.
Down Sherriff?
Down Sherriff, yeah.
Was there not one of the Diamond? Is that still there?
Sure.
That was in that old pitch there, wasn't it?
But yeah, it was that way, but and then just to being a cheeky fucker as well, you know what I mean? I say a few people would have loved to give me a thump back then.
Probably still now.
Probably still now, yeah. But like even at that, like as soon as I went into the boxing, that's it. Literally bleeding. It's changed me whole perspective of life. It's hard to explain when I'd have to sit here with another athlete who's been through the same thing, same not emotions, but same route, if you know what I mean. I
roller
know you,
coaster, the ups and downs.
yeah, but someone in my generation, like who kind of knew me more, who could have this conversation with and be like, listen, and oh yeah, I remember you doing this. It'd make more sense. Do you know what I mean? But like even in boxing, it'd be fine, grand. Like as soon as I leave boxing, like a lot of people, I'd see a lot of people on the street, and I'd be walking by the corner where I used to be standing with them. Do you know what I mean? And then like, I'm going home, get me dinner, chill out, and then I always had this thought. Yeah, I don't know, just because I wanted it. I never wanted to finish school. Yeah, I always said, come towards you, I get the fuck out of school. I said, I don't need skill. I'm not going to need skill for what I'm going to do in my life. So, grand. Mate, I could have been for about 5, 6 years. It was on my mind, leaving school, hated going to school, used to mitch school, all that kind of shit. And then came towards you, obviously deep in boxing then, probably about, what, 5, maybe, what, about 7 year, 8 year maybe, in boxing already, come to that time.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't even think about leaving school. Just kept on rolling into 5th year, grand, da da da. Done 6 year, finished school, and that was it. But it gave me, having been in school, gave me the routine to be free for boxing. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
it's
I
set
hear
free. It gave me that discipline to stay in school. Gave me because I knew what to do, because I was getting up, train, school, come home, train, and then that was it, repeat. And that, by doing that, it kept me away from all distractions. And then over time, then things just changed, and obviously seeing the success what I was having back then as well. It was just more. I wanted more. Do you know what I mean? Second nature. Just
you.
wanted more. What's next? I was always chasing it, and then that was it. Then just I looked at the clock and I was finished school. I was like, Jesus. Now I'm into the big one. Do you know what I mean? I was like, Jesus. And then what we're gonna do now? Just kept on doing what I was doing, and then a lot of teachers said, oh, you can't be a boxer like this and that, because not many people made it. You know? Well,
Exactly.
I think teachers now understand, because of how big of influence McGregor is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, MMA, like making boxing. They think the combat sport now is a way to live. Do you know what I mean? Which it always was, but no one ever believed in it. And at the same time, to put the work in for that to happen. But I think it's a lot easier now in school, when you have the conversation with a teacher or whatever like that, you know, because I was sitting there and people saying like, my mates they were going to college doing apprenticeships and stuff like that, and I was just sitting there flick the pen. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm late to starve, lunch. When is lunch? Not do you know what I mean?
When are we back at the gym?
And then try to have a chat with you, then ask you what you want to do. And then you tell them, then they're looking at you, if you have 10 heads, you can't deal with that. And I'm just looking at them and say, yeah, okay, whatever. Perfect, you know. On to the next kid then. But yeah, back to boxing. That's what I did. It just gave me discipline, gave me that freedom, and the success. And ever since that, I just kept on chasing it.
Fair play to you, man. That's an incredible story, an incredible start. But from one thing that you clearly hated, but it gave you enough discipline to follow what you really loved. And it's a tremendous story as well, how they managed to marry together. Because I didn't finish school. I was out. I got kicked out of school after the junior set. And for you to, because in my, like, I got kicked out, it wasn't pleasant, because I didn't know. I was told I was kicked out, but I didn't realise I was actually kicked out until I tried to go back after the summer, and my ma hit the fucking roof. Do you know what I mean? You're not in school, and I'm in work at 6 in the morning. You're not lying in that bed. So I didn't even get a summer. I got fucking kicked out without keys in the morning. But in my mind, I'd already made that, like, because the school that I went to didn't have, I think it's called Leaving Cert Deployed.
Yeah,
But
the LCA.
yeah, you know the way all these rumours. Now I don't know how true all of this is. Apparently, it doesn't. It's not a good qualification for for certain industries or certain professional
No,
roles like accountancy and stuff like that.
the
So
LCA it's just, do you know what? To be honest with you, the way a lot of people class that is, yeah, again, it's built for the inner city. It's just an easy way out.
that
That's
right?
all it was. Yeah. So the LCA is more so like, he's this and he's that. He's not able for the maths, so he's not able for this. I
Mm-hmm.
rather than working, I just let him do LCA. Do you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
else, if you don't want to, like, people with no ambitions or whatever like that, if they don't want to do it, they want to do the full even cert, which is a lot harder. Well,
Mm-hmm.
then you drop into again and then just play and just skip through the maths or the tests or whatever like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I had a conversation with someone and he pretty much said it was designed for the people in the inner city. They didn't want to push on.
That's just fucking mad. Cause it's
Well, no, I don't know how true that is, but suppose. But or even at that, like I done LCA, but
mm-hmm.
I done LCA because I knew what I was doing. Do you know what I mean? They gave me that. Like I wasn't gonna be able to put my head in the book for 2 hours, 3 hours a day. I miss training. I'd rather just go home from school and put 3 hours of time into training, into work.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. So
You
you
know?
managed to use something that you disliked, but use that
Mm.
to build your muscle around discipline
Yeah.
to build a life for the love that you do love, like the boxing and industry that you do love. And speaking of maths, just before we pass on to this, my maths teacher, I was always good at maths, and my maths teacher in towards year, like literally, I had to argue with her. We got letters off the principal. We got letters off her. She wanted me to do the foundation level maths because I was
Mm.
a little cunt. Let's call a spade a spade. And by the time we got to that stage, she didn't believe that I could pass it, and it wasn't easy for me to pass it. But
Yeah.
in my mind, I was like, I'd rather have a fail at this than a
Yeah.
pass at that. Do you know what I mean? I'd
Yeah.
rather give it a go, and if I fail, at least I tried. You know. Now I
Yeah.
believe passed it by the skin of my teeth, but that's the mindset that was there. Now with her, like she was probably being nice, saying you're better having a pass than a fail. But in my
Yeah.
mind, it's like I'd rather try than not try.
Exactly. Yeah.
So anyway, it's just on from that. Then boxing became your life then after, like literally became your life after that. What age were you? And what was the next steps?
So obviously then I finished school in 2018, and then I was I was always good at making a few quid. You know what I mean? So I just kept nicking a few quid from here and there, and then I just went 2008, 19 out the Europeans. Then I just went, that's it. Then I'm just gonna go pro, and then because I got the bad decision in Russia, I was like, you know what, it is what it is. I said, no point in giving me life to this, to the sport where you ain't gonna get on back.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, boxing gave me so much at the time. So I always wanted to go pro anyways at a young age. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't, I've always, because I saw the Mayweather, saw the Pacquiao, the Canelos, all that kind of stuff. The ran, like, it's just a different style of boxing, do you know what I mean? And that style in the pro suit me a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the fortune comes with it as well. And the spotlight. So I was like, I don't want to be an amateur. I said I want to push on and turn pro. And so that was it. I just went pro and started fighting, and then came to the UK. Then so many more opportunities, so many doors. Met the people like who would call family, if you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
Literally, like even at the time, I was only starting my career off in 2019. October 2019, I was 11th. I started my debut. Fought 3 times before Christmas every month. And then obviously I moved to the UK in February, and then obviously COVID happened. So after that, then we had to made a decision. So right, I moved to the UK now. I'll reach out to a few contacts, see what's made, and then I'll just rock over there and just give it a bash. And this is what have I got to lose, you know? Grand. Went over there, one backpack, mate. One bag, £1,000 in my pocket. And mate, I just rocked up. Didn't know where I was living. Didn't know what I was doing. I just got. I didn't know how to use the train system at the time. Yeah, so I was. Hey, listen, I'll just give you a nail. There was a black cab going around. Yeah, around the airport. You know what I mean? No, because
Probably cost you a whole grand.
yeah, it cost me £60. I remember like yesterday, £60. Yeah, and I think it was like 70, but I had no change. So he said, "I'll leave it, kid." So I just got me 60. I'll give him the £60. Dropped me to the gaff. I went outside. I'm like, where the fuck am I? I said, I'm not in this right. I'm not in the right place here. So I made a phone call to one of the former boxers who was there at the time, and he rocks down, and I'm like, "Where did you come from?" Just standing outside the pub. Yeah. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Yeah, in here." I looked. Yeah. I said, "No, it's not here." So I walked through anyways, floated through, and then mate, I walked up there. I walked up the stairs. And I just looked. Yeah, walked into the room. There was a chef living in the other room. Yeah. Then the one room was an office, and then the other room was obviously where the fighter stayed. So I went in. I was staying in the same room as the fighter, just because this guy was moving out. So I was like, right, cool. Bit on edge. Wasn't really, you know what I mean? Saw this leather chair, mate. I'll never forget it. And I was like, Jesus. It was like something out of a brought. I was like, that's better days, yeah.
That wasn't your bed, was it?
What?
Was it your bed?
It was my bed. Yeah. First and foremost, I said, I ain't knowing that. So I said, I'll be back in a minute. So where's the shops around here? So he said, that's up the hill. So I went to Google, up the hill, floated up, which is the high street. Grand, had everything. So I was like, this place ain't too bad. I actually quite liked it. Went to the pennies, got a few little bits. Mate, I don't even know what I got. I just looked at sheets. I actually opened the sheets, looked, yeah, that'll do. And I got a duvet. Didn't even get duvet cover, just got a duvet. Yeah. You know the duvet fit.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake, didn't get duvet covers.
Yeah.
Yeah, just grabbed them, yeah. Back down. And looked at, cleaned the sofa, stuck it on the sofa. And then that was it. Like, I was like, fuck me, man. So I was sitting there, yeah. Wasn't the best of places, mate. I'm telling you, this place for about the days. Here I am. Oh, fuck. What did I put myself into, yeah? Jesus Christ. So, anyways, time went on. Training away, grand. I was like, I have to do my own washing. I hadn't a clue how to do my washing. So anyways, I went to that fella, went out. I didn't want to ask him really. So went to the phone, picked the phone up with my ma. I said,
yes.
Silver
spoon or what? How you be slag the people in fucking Balls Bridge? How do I put on a watch? How old were you?
I was 19. Because it was actually the month of my birthday of turning 20. So I was like, hey man, look, she's gonna have to show me. So she showed me how to use a grand, got all the stuff. And then that was it. Then I went on from there. And yeah, just time changed. That other guy got kicked out. Caused a bit of hassle he did. He got kicked out. I went into his room. It was like freedom. As soon as I went to the room, I had my own bed, my own telly. Had the fire sticking on with me. He was bleeding. Oh, it was good. And it wasn't too bad. And looking out where it was a big, huge stone wall. But it was blocks of it, you know what I mean? And I'm not messing. It was like looking out the Joy Wall. Do you ever see the Joy Wall? That's what it's like looking out on. And I said, Jesus Christ. Oh, you did, yeah. And then ever since that, I was just felt there. I was settling into my own room. So I was like a little bed sit really over a pub. Which was it was grand. And then as time went on, I felt more home, if you know what I mean, and meet more people, more network, thing, and then we just had sponsors then, and then at one stage, even now, most of my sponsors are in the UK than actually back home. Because I know some more people over here like than back home. When I'm over here fighting the hotel and stuff like that in London, it just feels home, to be honest with you. It's a bit strange to say that, but it's the truth, you know. And when I'm back home, I don't get what I need. I don't get the same over here as what I do back home. So I get a bit more agitated, a bit more annoyed. I'm never really settled back home. When I go home, it's like a holiday, if you know what I mean. Like, I went home before for 4 weeks. I was on holiday, man. I was literally texting everyone, what's up, we're coming out. So I go and do this, we go and do that. Oh, mate, I'm in work. I was like, oh, yeah, sorry, apologies. I put the phone down. I'm left swinging my fingers on my own. So I was just like, I need to go back out to the UK. And when I'm back over here, then I'm just free. I feel free, doing what I'm doing. Bombing to London for a bit and doing my own little bit of thing. And then, just rock on from there. But, like, sticking it out, like, even in lockdown, you know how tough lockdown was for everyone. And obviously no money was getting made. So it was a bit tough. And I was like, fuck. So I started using my head. I was like, right, what do I do now? And then started trying people out with nanny's back. Mate, I absolutely played and killed it. Yeah,
Oh,
mate, killing. So I was like, love, yeah, this is a touch. Kept on doing it. And at the same time, I was active, you know what I mean? I was on my feet all day.
Yeah. Training, I love it.
Perfect. I never seen anyone like, I was like semi-private sessions, this and that. Grand, everyone's jumping on it because they wanted to train me, you know. And then I started doing wands, yeah. So many people wanted to train with me. So I said, oh, fuck this, I'm going to give it a bash. So I started texting the
wands.
One-on-ones, you know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, lovely, yeah.
So I was doing one-on-ones, and then so many people texting. Then I was like, so I texted the fella who might have been doing one-on-one. What story, pal? Would you mind if you done a little group session, we'd have a little bit of body spar, so we sweeten them up so you'd agree, you know what I mean? Yeah, no worries. Not one to moan about it. So I was like, lovely, that's another two people in at once then. So I had 3 people in going at once, yeah?
Yeah.
It was killing it. It was lethal.
The straight lives on.
Them 3 were doing the work and I used to sit back, you know what I mean? Where if one, I was putting all the effort in with the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying, I'll do this, do that then. And it was like, lovely. Ching, ching, ching.
But it's funny that you're saying it's deadly. That's it, man. No matter what, you're always from the place. Always from the street.
Then like that, then, like, because everything else was quiet. Like, it was a drought on for everything, yeah. It was quiet. You knew what was happening then.
You're the only one in town making money.
yeah. It was Corel. I think there was a funeral on the avenue one time. Annie's Avenue, and the bat ropes. Yeah. Hey, you played bat ropes, and people look at what the fuck is that noise? I went there. There must have been about 60, 80 people on the road. These 3 youngsters walking out, literally red, sweating. Well, this is what it is.
It is. Look, as long as your pockets are clinging, that's all that matters.
But, yeah. And then obviously I'll come back over here in COVID and then had a fight. Had a couple of fights scheduled in. Jordan Covey behind closed doors, staying in the pub, and then I was actually looking after the pub for the guy, for Jeff.
Was the pub busy?
It was packed. It was jammed. It was literally I want to see the pub.
Proper local, old school.
It would have been a local, yeah.
That's what
it would have been like, to be honest with you, it would have been like, did you ever see Knockers?
I know Knockers, for fuck's sake. I spent many a mad night over there.
The rooms, that's what it would be like, the windows. It was not similar, but it was the same sort of like layout as that, you know what I mean? A real old school. We walk in, and then so I'd be upstairs, grand. So we had a fight, but it was during lockdown and the pub was closed, so there was nothing really happening. And I was out, like literally, my front door was the door of the pub. So literally, I was walking in and out every morning. Do you know what I mean? Locking the door. So I was kind of, while I was living there, I was looking after the pub at the same time, now and breaking in and stuff like that, which is grand. And then literally, the fight date come 4 weeks out, 3 weeks out, get cancelled. It's another 4 weeks. I'm like, yeah, what do I do? I end up staying out, and at the time, when I moved over there to London, Amy was pregnant. So I was like, what do I do? Do I go home or do I stay? So I said, fuck it, I'll just stay and give her another bash. So I stayed. And then obviously Effie was born in September. I was meant to fight in December in Dubai. So I was like, right, lovely. So I'll go to camp now, 3 weeks. I'll go to camp. I end up staying over there till February, pretty much. And I only seen like probably Effie's first month, 5 weeks, maybe. And after that, then can't remember because I was gone. Do you know what I mean? So I went to camp and living over there on my own. Literally, mate, it was there. Like the place was empty. I didn't really have the connections that I have now back then, so it was tough. You know what I mean? Just getting through, walking around, just walking around, keep yourself busy. Obviously, count the calories and stuff like that. So it was for me. It was actually an addiction because I never got the same work that I got before. So I was like, I'm loving this here. I'm improving every time. I'm seeing the benefits of it. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people now know me. I'm getting fights. So fights, anyways. December, that didn't happen. January, that didn't happen. February, that didn't happen. So I was like, when the fuck am I gonna fight? So I fought in March, early March, and then that's it. Then I home, and then that was it.
History. Let me stop you here, right? Because you're at the going through loads of stuff, and again, commend you from what an incredible story. I want to come all the way back to and connect all the dots. The side of where success is built from, like the foundations of it, all the way back to that bleeding scrawny leather couch that you did. Sounds like you did sleep on at least once, but so sleeping on that couch, sleeping in a bleeding pub like Noctis, which is a local, a good fucking solid local in Dublin, and then being away from like that brand newborn baby for a sustained period of time, which is like some of the most incredible moments, you know. What was it like mentally for you to go through all of that? How did you deal with, let's say, missing your daughter's first few months, and then sleeping in a bleeding pub and all the rest of it?
You know what? It was like a lot. I spoke about the story a lot to a lot of people. You know, when they'd ask me, well, was it okay? Because at the end, like the odd was glitz and glamour from day one. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And listen, it's like football. You're on peanuts. Do you know what I mean? You're putting your life on the line for peanuts. And I was actually getting a nice few quid and whatnot, but I wasn't where I want to be at. Do you know what I mean? I was like, listen, I'm gonna get this, and that's what I'm aiming for. But like, I just think it's all about your why. To be honest with you, that's all I can say. It's how much you want it.
Mm.
It's how much you want it. Like I've always got that in my mind. It's up to me to break the generation. Let's break the circle. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
And I think if I quit, I couldn't live with it. That's the truth. I couldn't. Wouldn't. You know what I mean? Which is, people say, "What do you mean?" Like, it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain because we're like how I grew up and what we've seen. I don't want Effie growing up doing that and seeing that. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So more of a it's a responsibility now. So it ain't about me no more. Do you know what I mean? And before Effie, it was never about me anyways. It was more so about me nanny, me ma and stuff like that. And it was like, they're still working bleeding 2-3 jobs. I was like, what the fuck? That ain't normal. They're saying, then you're walking down the street then, you walk around and get a roll in the financial centre or something like that, you're seeing some fucker pulling up in a blade and 911 Porsche, like, he's not walking, someone's walking for him, do you know what I mean? So it's just like, I was more educated. I was educated a lot quicker than I should have been. And just from that time then, it just like changed then. As soon as I was out there on my own, I always felt like I was on my own anyways, do you know what I mean? I never really, when I wanted to go and speak to someone, I could never go and speak to someone. I was always like, right, what do I do? How do I get to this? Do you know what I mean? Because I could never get a voice off someone because, not because, but at the end of the day, they didn't break that wealth, or they didn't break that course what they were.
Yeah,
Do you know what
I
I mean?
get you. So what you're saying,
We can't go and get a voice of, say,
because
for
they
example,
haven't made it at what you want to do.
listen, they could be hard work and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, you've got to think outside the box in this day and age, and that's exactly what you do. Like, but if you take their work ethic along with me, and then obviously use the knowledge I'm gaining every day from then on, it's only a matter of time that I'm going to be successful. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, it's a bit like, it's all about your why. You have to want it just as much. You know, you have to put the work in, and when you see the success early on, it's great. But some people fall off the bandwagon then, say, "Oh, look at me, da 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 da." We're going to forget about that and just keep on pushing, because, as what I said at the start, it's second nature. It's human second nature. I just want more and more and more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's brilliant. So a lot of what age are you now, Chris?
22.
22. Again, like it's incredible to chat to somebody so young who is so clever and so smart. There's a few things I want to pick out here. Your why, I've obviously not heard many people outside of the work that I do talk about things like that, you know. So for me, my why is my family first and foremost, and then the impact I get to create with my clients and what that ripples into their families. That's bigger than me. That was the penny drop moment for me, because I was afraid people call me, you know, I'd be disowned by my own family. People I grew up with be like, "Oh, you faggot! You're talking about love and spirituality now." And but the reality is, it's not. It doesn't matter. I'm fucking like this. I'm a cog in the wheel. It's not about me. If I can help pass this wisdom on to somebody else. So for you, I'm hearing your why is like your family, Amy, and then Effie, and then your world titles, your boxing, and all of that.
Yeah.
And just to hold you here on that, the support from your family, what has that been like? Because you've got an incredible fucking fan base.
Incredible. Fuck's sake, nuts. Yeah, when I won the title, and me and Amy and Effie, we went to Wonderland and flaunting around Regent Street, London, and sitting at a coffee shop. I just got a phone call, and on my auntie Janine, and she was like, "What happened for you?" I was like, "You let give her over homecoming, will you stop, yeah?" Because
yes.
for me, it wasn't more so a homecoming. It was more so, in my eyes, I haven't made it yet. I haven't done fuck all. You know what I mean?
Love it.
It's
Love it.
Fair enough, but in my eyes, we're potentially where I want to be. I didn't do fuck all. I'm only scratching the surface, not even. So they were like, "Yeah, I want to have a homecoming for you, da 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 da." I was like, "Stop winding me up. Yeah, get on my phone." And then my other auntie Emma, she rings me then. And she's like, "I'm being deadly serious. Like, we're having a homecoming for you." So I was like, "Are you serious?" And he's just winding me up, and he's got me on loudspeaker. So when I start laughing.
I love it.
I'm like, "Lovely, it's only a mess, right? Lovely, it's a mess, grand." So I was like, "Right, go on, I see you later." I got home and found out Wednesday night, that Sunday, that they're having a homecoming. I was like, because I've seen they tagged me up on the blade on an Instagram story. Do you know what I mean? Homecoming, hard master, blah, 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 and tagged me, and I was like, "Oh, fuck, Amy, look at this, they actually are doing it." You know what I mean? I'm like, bollocks. I hate all that business. Anyways, yeah, they put a lot of work in for me to do, you know. They put an awful lot of work in, and even like obviously I'm not ticket seller. I'm not signed to the promoting company as a ticket seller. I'm promoted as a prospect. So it doesn't matter if I sell 100 tickets or one ticket. I'm still going to get my full Porsche regardless. You know? But so the way things are, I'll keep to myself. But for now, like I'll hear that obviously putters get a percentage of ticket sales.
Yeah.
So
I was
I'm
going to
like,
ask you that question anyway, so you might as well.
so I'm like that like so you get 10% of what you sell. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I'm chasing that blade 10%. That 10% is the 1% that's missing here. So I'm changing. Yeah. So I'm like, boom, social media, texting everyone, flights, this and that. Flights only this screenshot, flights, sticking up with Snapchat, Instagram, letting people know so you jump on the bandwagon now. Once you book the flight, you have to buy a ticket. All that kind of stuff. And then,
Great lad. I love it. The hustle is always in it.
Literally, like, that's exactly what it is. Like, do you know what I mean? I could have put that into something else, but kind of put it into what I'm doing now and just driving hard, like full force. And as soon as I have a fight date, like, it's all like, they let you know. Obviously, I know 10 weeks beforehand, 9 weeks beforehand that I have a fight. The ticket sales don't go on sale maybe till 3-4 weeks beforehand,
What?
which, yeah, I don't know what the story is. But
well, is that like, is your fight announced? Well,
yeah,
what's the time scale? Give us the time scale. You know, then it's announced, and then it's the tickets. What's that time scale?
yeah, so 10 weeks out to give you not an official date, but to give you a 90% date, what's going to be roughly 90% date, that's going to be like, right, it's going to be the 15th, say, for example. Right, cool. So you work towards that date. 2 weeks gone by, yeah, it's going to be that date. Perfect. 8 weeks, that's 8 weeks then. Tell everyone, book your flights, book your flights, book your flights. 4 weeks come, white people have tickets in, get on to me. And then that's it then, just flowers out from there then. But back to back to
The family and the fans, yeah.
the tickets, like they do a lot of tickets back home for me. You know what I mean? Obviously, all my tickets get sent back home, and they send out the link on social media for everyone else and all their friends who can't get in contact with me. So they deal with all that. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, that's massive for me because if I can sell so many tickets, I can argue with, like, say, well, this is what I bring to the table, and this is what I think I'm worth, and then this is what I think.
Yes, I love it.
Kind of use that as a bit of a bargain tool, and then obviously, right, if I'm selling this amount of tickets here abroad, look what I can do back home. It's like we're showing now back home, you know. So things like that. Well, yeah, like family, like without them, Jesus, it'd be a bit of a struggle, alright.
Legend, fucking legends, all of them are. Janine's a legend. They're all a bit of crack. Just fair play to the family, but just to bring it back as well, right? Something that has been a running theme here is obviously street smarts. You know, you mentioned being in the OFSC, the financial centre, whatever you just call it, and you know, I actually worked in one of them buildings, right? I don't know, it's the International Corporate Bank or something. I was plumbing at the time, and I got to see a bunch of figures on someone's desk, and you're talking like there was, what was it? There was 64 million was on one of the checks, and then there was another one for 200 and something million. I was in there doing a night shift anyways, so obviously you can't do it on my check. But bringing it back to your story, street smarts versus like college, you know, and it's not a comparison. It's just for you, like at such a young age, you're already fucking negotiating your data or your statistics against your promoter, saying, look at this, what I'm bringing to the table. I want more. You're only 22. You're obviously doing that before your last fight, you know what I mean? So what do you feel is the difference in street smarts really quickly than people who are book smart? Or how has being street smart been an advantage to you in your career?
It's more so like it's just been, you're more honest, do you know what I mean? You're not ran over easily like everyone else, you know what I mean? Like, you're not, like, for example, like, I could be told, oh, I have a fight date 8 weeks' time. That's just a time. Or
Yeah.
else they'll tell, I have a fight week, I have a fight date coming in weeks, keep trying. But he's just really getting told that to keep on trying. Where I want a date, and I want a specific date where I have to train and when I have to train. And just saying stuff like when you're in meetings and do you know what? To be honest with you, I never really saw the world obviously outside Sherriff St. Do you know what I mean? And I was looking at everyone and like, and growing up obviously around that, and people wouldn't speak the figures that mean seeing and listening to now. And when I'm sitting on tables and like going to meetings and stuff like that, like, and I'm just sitting there, I'm just tagged along. Do you know what I mean? And these people are talking like about good figures in real estate, like, and I'm just like just staring. And I'm eating that word, do you know what I mean? I'm like,
Love it. Well done.
I don't want you to do it for me. I want you to teach me how to do it. That's more of my mindset when I'm there. Do you know what I mean? So I want to absorb all that information as much as possible and take it all in. Where it's not some building it for me. Where if someone knocks that down then on me, I can't go and build it. I have to go and ask someone else to build that again for me. Where I'll have to do it myself. Do you know? So just listen to that kind of stuff. Like, just, and obviously being on the street growing up from a young age or stuff like that and seeing things. And can you see me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, you're
that, like, but I just think street smart it's in you. Do you know what I mean? It's not about it. Like, I just think you're more clued in. Do you know what I mean? To be honest with you, it's very hard to push it over. If that's
it lives in it. Yeah, and here just coming back to being the crazy figures that you hear on the real estate and whatever else. It's what do they say? If you're the smartest man in the room, you're in the wrong room. And when you're surrounded by people like that, you cannot help but elevate. Like my wealthiest client is worth around 100 million, and I was like, fuck me. But in regards to that's his financial wealth, but the wealth I have with the work that I can do, he's obviously come to me for a reason, you know. But I was his coach, but what I was also doing was learning fucking so much through. I was learning. He obviously came to me to help him solve his problems.
You were learning on a different level than what he wanted to learn on.
Yeah, exactly. Completely different. He's obviously multi-millionaire over here, but I have a multi-million-dollar consciousness and the stuff that I can do. But yeah, it's just to always ask questions, and there's no such thing as a stupid question as well.
Even, to be honest with you, I always used to, I'd always who wouldn't ask questions. I'd be always into myself. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I'd always feel quiet in the room, and so now I'd always put my hand up and I'd ask. Do you know what I mean? Regardless, doesn't matter what they say. I'll always ask. The worst case is the worst can happen. They're only going to say no, regardless. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
What else is going to
happen? And that there's another saying as well. Give a man a fish, he can eat for a day. Teach him how to fish, he can eat for life. So you can
that's it, yeah. So week 4, even with like my nephew, like as he's joining boxing now as well, and he always used to ask questions about certain things, and they'd be weird out questions. You know what I mean? Like as a kid, like asking, he said, "Why is he asking that?" But people used to say, "Will you stop asking questions, will you?" Because he used to be very annoying. And I said, "Listen, just keep asking questions."
Keep asking, yeah. Come on.
He's only 5. Cunt has he's about 15. He's not. It's great. But that's what being around those and listening to conversations and stuff like that, you know, because he'll sit there with his little blade and his little chocolate spread sandwich, he'll be looking at you like that, you know what I mean, while you're talking to someone else, he'll just stare at you. Now he'd go wherever like that, and he's actually, why was he talking about that? And why was he saying that? So
Ah,
on the ball.
switched on. And that's another great thing to remember before we move on to boxing completely. When you are in places like that, spaces and places with people who are clearly successful in whatever area of life they are successful in. What I do whenever I'm in somebody else's world and I'm intrigued by what it is they do. I just signed a new client recently who's a stockbroker. He trades stocks, but I don't know anything about that. So I'll ask questions until I understand it, like I'm from, like literally from the flats. Break it down into my language, and then I'll take notes in my language. Then I know what he's talking about. You know what I mean? Like not just for him. I'm like I said, these people come to me, but I'm also learning from everybody. Like just be a fucking magnet. Be a magnet for everything. Sponge.
That's it. Absorb everything up. Absorb everything up. And like growing up and stuff like that, you never really hear of people writing off taxes and all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm doing all that now myself, you know, and it's just like and then you try to have a conversation with someone back home that they're looking at you like if you have 10 heads and you say they're looking through you, and then you start scratching your head and you're like, he's questioning me as looking for help. What's he doing? Do you know, like stuff like that? It's like it is what it is, isn't it?
It's funny, yeah, because it's funny because I won't go too deep into people who question whether you're mad or not are probably paying more tax than you, saying you're a fucking weirdo. Something wrong with you. You can't get away with doing that or this or whatever. Well, they're giving 40% of their wages to the tax man. You know what I mean? But we won't go down that road just in case. Well, yeah, listen, bringing it back to boxing, you've obviously went on an incredible run recently, and it's good to see you back. What would you say? Consistent fights. You have a big plan. What's your plans? Yeah. First of all, tell us about your run, and then tell us about your future plans. So your run up to the belt. What was that? There was 2 or 3 fights, was there?
Yeah. So what happened was just as coming along. So obviously I saw with Frank and Frank Warden and Francis Warden as manager, and they had it on paper, a big like the roadmap. So I was a bit blown away by when I walked in and they had that there and say, like, this is what I want. And so I was like, oh, lovely. So these ain't gonna hold me too much. These want to push me on and they believe in me. Goes to show that they believe in me. So I'm like, right, sounds good. Great deal. And then after that, then just got the whole deal. Signed, sealed, got it across the table. And then that was it. Then July the 16th was the start of it. It was meant before a youth world title, and the youth couldn't get anyone for the youth world title at all. So, anyways, that went out the window, and then we are meant to fight for the international, what I have now, the WBC international title. But that was only on 3 days' notice. So obviously the board wouldn't let that happen. So you're like, right, you get 8 rounds in, perfect. Always went out, done the job, and pushed on from there. Everyone was happy.
Which fight was that?
That was.
How do you remember?
July,
yeah. But which? That was the knockout, was it? There was 2. Two knockouts, was there?
When he was standing up in the air, that was when that.
He was still standing. So
yeah.
When you parried, I think it was his hook, and then you he parried his jab, and then gave him left hook.
Yeah. That was that. And then, so I went on from there. Then I went to, so I was meant to fight in October. That fell through. And then it was meant to be early November. Obviously, there was no date set for that. So that didn't happen. Then it was the end of November. So, God. And then obviously the end of November was Milan. I became the WBC international champion. And I fought some guy from Zambia. 16, 18 and 2. think everyone underestimated him. Or I was like, you know what, great record and stuff like that, but there's something behind this. Do you know what I mean? This ain't gonna be easy. There's something behind this. And I went out, and the first round, put him down. I was like, right, lovely, this is gonna be nearly night, hopefully. Please God. Went down, and well, it was tough as they come. Tough as they come. Jeez, everything. I was like, how's he still standing? And he's Bambi, just looking at me, like, going from side to side. And like, I think that was the hardest thing, because he was so loose. And when I was hitting him in the chin, the shot was going through his traveling right down. Where if he was a bit more stiff, the shot would have.
Yeah, I heard you.
Would have been, do you know what I mean? So I think that was a bit of a key for him. But taking nothing away from him, he was so tough and very, very durable. He knew what he had to do. He knew how to survive, and that was it. Like, I just kept on pushing. But he caught me one dig, and I think it was late rounds. He caught me, and I was like, Jesus Christ! I said, if he catch me one of them flush on, I'm going to sleep. I said, I'm getting it. So I just kept moving. And I think it was the 6th round. Then 5th round, I put him back down again, and he got a 70-second breather. And I just looked at him, and I was like, said that the bells are saving you. So I thought I had him. So I was going back to 6th. I booked in the 6th. And then I was like, gee, I've another 5 rounds to go here. So I went back out in the 7th. I just started boxing then. Boom, literally felt so fresh. It was like I was only starting the whole fight. I think because I had, like, every fighter has a down round, not a down round, but a flat round.
Oh, yeah.
You get a second breather. And then obviously 7th round came, the 8th round came, 9 came. And then I think the 9 came, I was like, you know what? No, I'm not even going to try knock him out no more. I was just going to box him. 9 and 10 was most easiest rounds of the whole fight. Just literally danced the move and just played him. Didn't even bother. Like, literally made him look so silly.
Wow. That's incredible. So what, was it 10-round fight?
10-round fight,
fucking, I had a pain in the fucking bollocks trying to get it here. It was on BT Sport, and I obviously just last minute job, fucking got up early, tried to, I think it was at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning here. Tried to sign in, and you have to have an English address. So I was scrambling trying to fucking get it from somewhere, some links, anywhere, and I couldn't get an English address. But my mate, a bloke I used to hang around with over in Australia, he's like, do you want to watch it? He video called me on Instagram, and I watched the last 2 rounds. Well, the family are asleep. We're shouting through his phone at the telly.
Oh yeah, I went from there then, and then so this year, try to get back out in April again, and in July, and then push on then for big titles, European titles. And listen, it's only 16 to 18 months away from world titles, hopefully.
16 to 18 months. Yeah, before you go any further, I just want to come all the way back to your family and celebration. And I know that you thought it was a bit of a laugh and a wind up at the time. How important it is to celebrate your success along the way, because it's not the world.
Question, because I'm not shy, but I'm not into any of that. So I was like, didn't really want it, but for the amount of kids that actually turned up.
Exactly.
I just gobsmacked, and I'm like, what the fuck are these on about? Like, what are these kids doing? Tell these around there, will you? I didn't really, I wasn't in the moment, do you know what I mean? Because it was a bit, like, wasn't unsettled, but I was a bit annoyed from the situation of, not annoyed, but a bit ungrateful, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then when I sit there, but listen, it's all learning for me, so I was just sitting there, and there are kids like that, look staring at me, gobsmacked, I'm like, all right. Like, yeah, and then you all go real shy then, do you know what I mean? And then I'm like, so anyways, I got pictures with them and stuff like that, showed them the belt, and I'm amazed they were. And then I was like, do you know what? It's funny, because I never had anyone doing, I was never like that as a kid, because I never had anyone do it to me, do you know what I mean? So I was more so like, mate, you need to accept this, and this is just the way things are going to be from now on, if things are keep on the way they are. I was like, these kids are going to play, take up something or do a role that's gonna, like, it's gonna benefit them from your experience or from your advice. So I was like, fuck, and then I realised then, I didn't even go like, even on a like daily basis, walking through the street or walking through town or whatever like that. Yeah, and everyone stopped me now, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is. I just got to accept and make people feel like when they ask for a picture, like, oh, I don't want to be real awkward around like that. So like, do you want a picture? And you're like, yeah. Like,
Yes.
come on. You know what I mean? We're like, it's just more so like just letting them understand that, listen, I fucking appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I never
yeah.
had any, would never go up smack to anyone growing up, you know? And even at that stage now where I'd be bouncing around gyms looking for sparring, getting sparring, stuff like that. Like I'm looking at people who I'd be watching the telly, I'm like, I'm seeing that's on the telly. But now it's normal for me, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. And I
Yeah,
just want to
that's it.
hold it
Yeah.
here. Legend, like fucking legend. And again, yeah, it's really important to celebrate all of it along the way. Otherwise, what's the point? It's not about the destination, it's about the fucking
Ah,
journey. If you're not
that's
enjoying
enjoyable.
it along the way, you're a donkey on the carrot. That's called let's call a spade a spade. You're a donkey on the carrot. But you are now that I won't say golden hope, but that status figure that kids can aspire to be. They know there's a way out, or they know there's a path to. If they want to be a footballer, if they want to be a boxer, if they want to be an accountant or whatever, even an
Yeah.
accountant. For us in the inner city, there's not many people that go on to
Ah.
these type of professions. So for kids to get that from you, you are now the like superhero, if you will. And
Yeah, like even like
fair
there's a
play to
kid
you
there.
for embracing it.
There's a lad there from back home, and he's 18, and obviously 18 years of age, like yourself. You know what I mean? You come to the crossroad, and you're lost in life at some stage. Do you know what I mean? And it's hard to believe. Listen, you're gonna ask anyone who for a bit of advice. You're gonna say, "I get a job or something like that." I don't want to walk. Walking's not for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, and he be in the same position as where I would be, and he reached out to me, and he said, Pierce, I need a bit of advice. What do I do? And how do I go from like get to be successful and stuff like that? So had a little chat with him, grand over the social media, and then I actually met up. Didn't meet up with him, but I bumped into him when I was at home. I was like, "How you getting on?" He's like, "Yeah, getting on good." Da, da, da. I might be going to America for college for football. I was like, "Yeah, that's playing class." And like, yeah. So I was like, "Right, cool." But my other cousin, he's already gone. He's already over there. He just went this year and he loves it. So I was like, right, he'd probably be over there with him. Then he'd probably bounce into each other grand. Then he texts me then again. Then he's like, oh, I'm not going to go down that route. I was like, listen, just make sure you put your head into something and follow what you want to, follow your passion. He's like, yeah. He's had to sign up for Longford there the other day. Do you know what I mean? He's only 18 years of age and
No way, brilliant.
probably sign for Rovers or Bows next year or something like that. And his career probably kick on, you know what I mean?
Brilliant. That's great, man.
So
That's great.
have someone like that to come to you and ask for a bit of advice, and that's what that happened there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it feels a bit weird for me because I wouldn't like someone asked me for advice, I don't know what to say. Do you know what I mean? Because it's a bit weird to ask me. But
Yeah, well,
listen,
look
I've got
at
the way.
yeah, exactly. Because you're already doing it, and this is another thing for the listener, for everybody. Success is different to everybody. Do you know what I mean? In
Yeah,
my eyes, you're already successful. Well, you are. You've got a fucking beautiful daughter and missus, and an international belt to prove it. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah.
again, success is measured in whatever it is to you. People are
You do it.
distracted in this day and age with the house, the car, the watch, and the fucking
Yeah,
all the other status symbols that society calls successful. When in
that's yeah,
reality, you're living your success right now because you're doing what you
yeah.
love for a living. And for me, I don't feel like I'm working either because I love what I do.
You
And
do it.
that's just a throwaway comment there for everybody that's listening. Success is measured by the individual. Don't get locked into the trap of what society and other people tell you is success. Do what's
Mm.
true to yourself and what's true to your heart, and you will, again, never walk a day in your life, and you will always
Yeah.
live free. But bringing it back to you, Chris, and boxing, the future. The future, you said in the next 18 months, 16 to 18 months, you're looking at world titles. What is the stepping stones up to that?
I'm ranked now top 25 in the WBC,
Yeah.
which is bleeding incredible. Do you know what I mean? So I think
Hold
the next
on.
fight.
I'm gonna put you on the handbrake here. Something just dropped into my mind before we carry on. How did it feel for you to win the belt after all the adversity and everything that you went through?
If
The
I
amateurs
knew,
and barely getting your man phone
yeah,
there.
it wasn't really. I didn't really feel grateful for it there and then. It was a bit because I wasn't happy with performance and I wasn't happy with this, and there's a lot of stuff that I wasn't really happy about, and I never really wasn't the height of it, you know. I wasn't. I was like, yeah, I have the belt, like, put it around me, Brian, get a picture, bounce out of the ring, back to the dressing room. But I was so annoyed with myself, and because I felt like I didn't perform as the best as I do. I'm out like as you know, yourself is always going to be your biggest critic. Do you
Uh-huh.
know what I mean? I criticise myself so much during the fight, like after the fight. Then I went back to the dressing rooms. Didn't feel grateful. Done the interviews and I liked it, which is a bit of a shame. And so I was even now I'm pissed off with myself now for not absorbing the moment,
Mm-hmm.
not as like not taking it all in and appreciating it. But it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Afterwards, because I was on a high, mate, for so long. When I crashed, I was like, "Fuck! I'm actually delayed. I'm not having a big fight there. 10 rounds. I'm at the bleed. I'm at the win
Yeah.
the title. Then you start running. I was like, fuck me, man. What's?" And then I was just being in the cloud. Like I was just always after a fight, you're always in a high, you're just in the cloud, you know what I mean? You're never really, you're not settled. And it's just like people see it and they're like, "What's the story? All good." I was like, "Yeah, yeah." And he'd say to someone else, he's like, "Jay, he's a cool man, him, isn't he? What's up with him? He's gonna win the fight." I thought he would have been a dickhead. And then the fella would say that back to me, and I'm like, "Why would you think I'm a dickhead for?" But not realising I'm still on the high, and I didn't feel like I'm at the winning man. Do you know what I mean? Where I'm just
Mm-hmm.
still not you, and
Mm-hmm.
you're just like me, everyone else. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So at the sport of the moment, yeah, it was a bit blatant, a bit weird, all right, but when I realised when I was at home and I was like, I had it in my hand and chilling out and watching the telly, like, fuck this, they're out the winning that 10 rounds. And throughout the whole fight, like, it couldn't have gone any better the way it went. It was, I learned so much from it. First time making championship weight. The last time I made that was since 2019. I haven't made it since. Made it so easy. The build up of the fight, obviously you can see on my YouTube channel. All the stuff like that, what's going on. The build up was crazy. The whole media week, it was draining as fuck. Then the first time doing a check weight, you have to be a certain weight a couple of days out before the weigh in. Obviously weighing in, then the official weigh in. Sorry, the press conference, then the official weigh in. Then going 10 rounds. Knowing when to push the pace and take the foot off the gas through the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Learning dealing with different rules. Mate, so on and so on. It's just like I learned so much from it. Like it could have been that size going in and now I'm that size. Johnny coming out with the knowledge from that fight, from that one fight. Like,
Yeah.
and even if I fought and I got the knockout, I'd like jump around with the blade belt, loving it. Yeah, I got the knockout, this and that. I probably wouldn't learn as much as I learned them. And when
Mm-hmm.
stuff gets going, you wouldn't have it in the bag then to pull it out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? I'm not, which
The
is
10 rounds.
yeah.
Down into deep water, and I was actually going to say to you about that, at least not the boxing side of it, but the wisdom from not absorbing the moment and enjoying it and sucking it in and
Yeah.
hanging around the arena, probably seeing a few of your fans, friends, and family. But the boxing side of it is actually 100 times more important. But the wisdom that you've generated from all of that is like it'll stand here somewhere down the line.
Yeah. Oh, 1,000,000%, definitely. Yeah, definitely will. But even I went back to the pub where I had not a party, but kind of for everyone to gather. Do you know what I mean? Because some people are not really into going into central London because it's too busy. So we had a little place outside. Jeff's with that pub. The owner of the pub where I used to
Yeah,
stay. So
buddy.
he had another. And and that was really it. Like, everyone went back there, and I just walked in. I was like, "Fuck me, man, some crowd." Yeah, but then you're like, they're at the Blade spending their hard money coming over here. Fuck me, which is bleeding incredible. Do you know what I mean? And having a home coming back home where they probably wouldn't have been able to bring their kids or wouldn't have been able to bring the girlfriends or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Where they can now when I go back home for a homecoming and they can appreciate it. I was like, do you know what? It all weighs up, do you know what I mean? And as time goes on with certain things, it might not be the right thing at the moment for you, but when you realise like this is what I have to do and this is going to benefit them, and listen, do you know what I mean? It's just about giving back, isn't it? Really.
That's what the words are on the mouth, giving back, and that's where the solid base is built from, isn't it?
Literally, and like, listen, at the end of the day, you're the ones that put food on the table. Do you know what I mean? By buying tickets off you and stuff like that. So you have to feel grateful for every ticket sale as possible.
Mm-hmm. So quickly before I let you go, 2 or 3 more questions. The path ahead. As you were halfway through the question, I put you off. Finish off that one. What's the stepping stones from here?
Yeah, so obviously I'm top 25 now in the world of the WBC organisation. So I'll keep on pushing forward each fight now. I'll keep climbing the rankings, and then by the back end of next year, I'll probably be in back end of this year. Sorry, I'll probably be in the top 10, top 15, and push on from there. And this year we might fight for a European title. Well, that's the plan is, and then bring it back to Dublin.
How fair play to you, by the way, but how hard is it? Like it sounds like it's just people they choose. Oh yeah, we're gonna fight for a title here now. Is it hard to just ask for that, or how does that work?
You do, like you ask the champion out for it. You know what I mean? You ask the champion out, but to be honest with you, it's probably one of the hardest routes to get down. But
the European title,
and then world title, because
why?
There's so many fights in the European. Where if I can fight, I can go to another European route, which will probably get me a lot closer to a world title. But it's not the fact you want to be from Dublin and win that EBU title, that European title and stuff like that, and just push on from there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you're still a young kid as well, aren't you? You're still a very young kid. What was Mayweather and all that? What was there?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people now are more so about that 0 losing the O. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that's why so many people fight for world titles, probably mid-20s, late 20s, where I don't really. I'm just getting that world title. I'm chasing it. That's what I want. And boy, what they like take the risks. Like, and Mayweather, Duran, they like, I know Tyson's a different level, but you look at like all the younger champions, like they're all 21, 22, 23. So they're all, do you know what I mean? They're all in this time now. So it's my time now, I feel. So I just gotta keep on fighting, keep on getting that experience, and then as soon as that world title comes, that's it. Take it, grab about. So take them steps along the way.
Absolute legend, Pierce. I hope I haven't missed on. Is there on there that you want to add in before I ask you my final question?
Oh, that's all good. It's all good.
You're all good. Yeah. Absolute legend. It's been a pleasure to chat with you. Probably the longest chat we've actually got to have without kids running around or someone being distracted or getting fucking Christmas turkey, fighting over poker or whatever was going on. So, legend, thank you very much for coming on to the show. And again, this is a question that I ask every single guest before we finish up. What does the waves of change mean to you?
The waves of change. Everything changed. Like, it's everything. If you want to grow, you need to change yourself and change your mindset. And that's really it. And that might require new goals, relocate, new location, fucking so on, isn't it? New friends, maybe. The list goes on and on. This literally, like growing up like with mates, like you think you like when I was growing up with mates. Yeah, for example, I know we're going back into a conversation, but
That's all good.
I always thought that we'd have each, not have each other, but we'd always grow up together and give you a shout out of that. But it ain't really like that no more. Do you know what I mean? Like, they go on their path, I go on my path, and then wherever path you choose, that's where you're gonna make new mates. Everyone's on the same wave. Do you know what I mean? So what do? So you just have to take it, don't you? And just enjoy the experience, enjoy the ride, and enjoy the new company, and level up.
1,000,000%. Again, Percy, it's been an absolute pleasure. Tell Amy I said hello. Give me love to Effie. Good to see you getting that fight. Oh, Jesus. We forgot to mention the, what was that called? The hacking? The hacking. But look, it's all done now. But it's good to see that you got that iconic photograph back up onto your page of Effie. So training in the gym. Like, that's there's one of the few things that took my breath away, and seeing that photograph for the first time was one of them. So it's good to see you putting it all back together. Thanks again for coming on to the show. Have a lovely day, brother. I'll chat to you soon.
Right. Have a good one. No, sir. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. If anything resonated for you, please leave a comment below. If there's anyone who may need to hear, please share. I love this. Have a lovely day.